Well, let me get started. Putting together a little speaker box for my H10. See how it works. See how it comes out. So these files, you can get them on my Colts 3D. I'll put a link in the description later. Forgot to do that. It will be in my YouTube channel. So once the files go live on Colts 3D, you will be able to download them. Probably going to happen later on tonight or tomorrow. Already started on some of this stuff, so in order for you to get a speaker on your H10, I've already soldered all this stuff together. It's just stuff I ordered off of Amazon. Got your Bluetooth module, your basically your amp for your speakers. Then the Bluetooth module needs a 5 volt instead of a 12 volt. So that's what this is. It's just a 5 volt step down. If you notice, I do have the power going into this and the power going into the soundboard straight off of the 12 volt side. The only one using the 5 volt, like I said, is going to be your Bluetooth module. That's just what it's for, just for that one. So pretty straightforward on the soldering. Just go to your power from your Bluetooth module, sound out to your amp, I guess you could say. I soldered those on the back just to fit what I'm doing here with the box. I did get these little, I think they're called JST plugs. I'm not positive. I don't remember. Those do not come with any of this. You do have to get those separate. I just found it easier to disconnect the speakers from the board in case I gotta replace one of the speakers or whatever. It is easier. So let me get to the box itself. What you need to do to get it ready. So on this one, I already do have one of the nuts in there. As you can see, this one's still out. So what you need to do is take your screwdriver here. Make sure that the nut, let me show you the hole for that. So I did mold it into the design, so the nut does fit tight in there. You can either press it in with some pliers, or you can just grab it, grab your screw, put it through, and just tighten it all the way, and make sure you put it on there the way the design goes, and just tighten it down, and it'll put it down in there. just tighten it up. So you can see it'll bring it down in there, and you can feel once it gets tight, you've gone down far enough. So just stop right there, back your screw back out, just take it out. You don't have to, but if you want to use a little bit of super glue just to keep it in there, I mean, they won't fall out. I've tapped them so long, they don't move whatsoever. That's all you got to do on that one. And then, like I said, I've already 3D printed everything ahead of time, so that will go up underneath the truck on the mount. I'll show you that here in a bit. And of course, your box, you can print it any color you want. I just printed mine black. You'll see why here in a little bit, just to match the truck, I guess. Your faceplate, you mount your speakers to that. You could do it one of two ways, whichever way is easiest for you. You could put everything in there and put your big screws in first and have your speakers ready. So that these do come in that file as well. These are what hold down the speaker on the outside. So let me put that together. So like I said, the reason for the plugs, you put that in there, no problem. Take it on, take it out, put it on, take it off as many times as you want. The orientation of the plug itself doesn't matter. I left enough space in there to where it can turn to any direction you need it. In case you do get a speaker that's like branded or whatever, you can turn it to the correct position. For the screws on these, I went with these. As long as they're the 1.5 mil, so we can get it to focus here, they'll work. It is a snug fit in this hole, so it will tighten down a little bit. And I did lose the tool for this, but I filed down a screw. Yes, it's one of these. I just filed the head down a little bit, and I put it into this little aluminum shaft that I had. Fit in there. The screw fit in there perfect, so it worked out pretty good. And the head of this screw will fit in there perfect. And it's a tight fit. It won't wiggle around. So it's a perfect way to do it. Like I said, I lost the tool that goes for these, so I made my own. I don't recommend using power tools on this stuff. You can strip the plastic out. But being that I trust myself just a little bit, we'll go ahead and use the drill to put those in. Make it a little quicker. If you do use power tools, just put it on the lowest setting and just make sure you're looking at it, paying attention to when it's going to tighten down. And before it tightens down all the way, just let it go and use hand tools for it, just so you don't strip out that plastic. So I've done it several times, so that's kind of more or less what it's going to look like. Put the rest of them in there, and so we can show you the truck. If you're not going too fast on the speed, you can hear when the motor starts to bog down a little bit. It means you're hitting the bottom of it. So that's when I would stop and just grab a hand tool and make sure they're tight. I am going to get my vinyl cutter out, and I'm going to put something on these just because it's smooth and vinyl will stick to these. If you do decide to get these, all the information will be on the Cold 3D as to what size they are. I want to say, if I remember correctly, they're a 1.5 inch. So that's what the design is made to fit, is these 1.5 inch. I am working on a design for these for the B2 audio ones. I don't know where they're at right now, but I do have them. But this was the first set of speakers that I got for this project, so I didn't want to veer off of that, because I know those B2s are a little bit more expensive than what some might want to spend on this. And in total, I think I spent like maybe less than like $30-$40 to order all this stuff, including the filament, the 3D printer filament for this. I did print all this stuff in PETG. I do have some of the ABS, which is a little bit better. It withholds the heat better. I just don't like how it smells. So PETG was the winner on that one. Again, just because of the smell. I didn't want it to smell too bad in the house. It doesn't smell a whole lot, but the smell lingers for a little bit, so didn't want to worry about that. All right, so that's kind of what that's going to look like there. And then, like I said, these plugs make it awesome so that you can unplug and plug them in case you need to replace something. I try to do that with all the power stuff. I had another project that I was using these on, and I didn't have enough, so I just did what I had and called it good. I did order some more already, so I should be getting them pretty quick. So the box itself does have a little port down here for your wire. And then once it goes in the truck, these is what's going to hold it down. It's going to sandwich in between the original mount off of the truck itself. So it's just going to sandwich in there. That way you don't have to lose any of the rigidity of the original mounts and whatnot. So all right, so you send your power wires down through there. Like I said, I made this just big enough to where all this stuff fits in here perfectly with no issue. Some of this stuff will get hot, so just be mindful of that. It will get hot and it may start to warp your plastic. I haven't had that happen to me yet, but it can happen. So, and then in order so you don't put this on backwards, the lid itself will have a sharp end at the top and a flat on the bottom. And the box is designed in a way where the top is longer across the top than it is on the bottom. Also to fit the original design of the truck. And for this, I did use a bigger screw, which is going to be the 2.5s. Or the M3 screws, I'm sorry. M3 or 3M, whatever they are. That's what those are. With the, I believe it's a 2.5 or a 3.0 Allen wrench. And I wish these would tell me the size. This little screwdriver here, Dynamite. All your tips are in the back of it. Love this thing. It's awesome. Perfect to carry around. Take the lid off, all your bits are in there. So the size for those is going to be a 2.5. There you go, 2.5. It's the Allen. That's what this is. It's just these have this ball end on there, so if you have a screw that you can't get to straight, you can kind of offset it and you can still get tight. I don't recommend these to tighten something very, very tight. They will slip off at an angle. So they're perfect for all this plastic stuff. I don't recommend these for something you actually have to get tight. Just keep that in mind. So again, for time's sake here, I'll use power tools, but I don't recommend it. So I should have showed you that. You will have to overpower the on the box. Just let it spin there for a second. It is going to be tight, but that's okay on the lid. Just don't over tighten it on the box itself, because then you'll have to reprint it. Again, this is for the Vanquish H10. There are some other people out there that do make a cooler looking box that you will have to replace or remove some of the original parts. But being that I have added the rear steer to mine, that option is no longer available for me. Make sure you don't pinch any of your wires. And like I said, once everything is set and ready to put on Colt 3D, I will add the link to my YouTube page So if you want to look that up, it's the same name as this one, Alvarez 873. So just type that into YouTube and it should pop up. I don't do many of these videos because sometimes I just don't have the time, which I wish I would on some of my projects. Just a little insight on the next project. It's going to be this trailer. It's all 3D printed. I'm still tweaking on it, so once that is ready to go, it'll also be added to Colts 3D. All right, so that's basically done. Oh man, you know what? Okay, so I forgot. We will have to remove this again. All right. And I do have, like I said, you can print it in whatever color you want. I did these first because this is PLA. It's cheaper. So all my prototyping gets done on these. As you can tell, I changed the design a little bit. Put the round hole on the bottom instead of on the side like that because the seats for the original interior interfere with that. So now it'll go straight down through. No interference. And if you don't have one of these, I do recommend getting one. They're not expensive at all. I think they're like $4 or $5 on AliExpress. This works great for all your shocking stuff, your endpoints, your links. You can pop your balls in with this pretty easy. And it also has these little markers here for both the countersunk and your regular screws, your button heads, and these right here. So you put that in there and you match up the line to get how long that is. So these are 18 millimeters long is what I used. You don't have to use it that long. I'm pretty sure you can get away with maybe a 10, but that's what I used. That's what I had. So get the truck over here. The reason I took the speakers back out of that is I have to mount the box to the truck first. And there it is. Got a little side view of that. Like I said, the interior's out of it. I'm still not done with it, so take the doors off of it. So one thing that I did add to this, and it's not mine, it's not my design, but I did like it, so I went ahead and printed them. I bought them and printed them. Are these little dudes here? They cover up those holes in there so that you can't see like all your wires and stuff. That's awesome. I like that. They do offer the front and the rear. The rears I didn't get because I have this cover all the way around it. Covers both sides. So the rear ones go like right here where this covers up. So I didn't need the rears, but they are available for the front and the rear. Which I did print them in gray. just to try them out, just to see how it looked. I didn't take any pictures of it, but they are pretty cool. Like I said, I like the idea, so I did go ahead and buy those. And so the box will mount and it'll sandwich these little plastic parts here. So you still have the adjustability of being able to push it back or forward. But it fits in there pretty snug. So once you set it in there, that's where it's going to sit. And so you get your 2 screws. You put them in through the box. You take your brace here, and you're gonna do it with the nuts facing down, like that. So it'll pull up on those nuts. So if you have somebody to help you with this, it is a little bit easier. But if you don't have any of your interior or doors on it, it is a little easy. Or if you have some needle nose pliers where you can hold it in there with, that's awesome. So just like that. Bought these at Harbor Freight for like $6. I don't know if they're $6 still, but they are handy. So one thing you can do is just put that in there, kind of hold it a little bit, put your box in there. And just like that. Move you around a little bit. And then you just turn it over. Align your little bracket there. Just tighten it down. And again, on this one, I would just use hand tools. Hand tools or just the bit itself. And push it. See how you can slide it back in and out. You can slide it all the way back and then just tighten them down. Like I said, you don't have to go very tight because it won't. Once you tighten it down enough, it won't move. That's it. And then you take your power wire here. And you just feed all your stuff in there. You're good to go. The final box design will have will be sized to this box. Right now mine is missing about maybe 2-3 millimeters down at the bottom, again because of the learning process on this. So I did design this myself. With the Shaper 3D. So it is pretty cool how your idea will come together once you get to learn it and play with it a little bit. It's pretty awesome. I'll go through and show you some of my designs on the computer here in a little bit. And then one other thing about this box, of course, you can sand it down and prep it, paint it to match the color of your vehicle. Mine has this raw carbon fiber wrap on it. I didn't want to paint my panels in case, I ever sell it and the buyer wants the original panels. It is the original panels. I just decided to buy some car wrap and wrap them. Pretty cool. This is also available in my Colts 3D. It's got the hole for the button for the Fusion Pro 2-in-1. The reason for this cover is mine is actually 4-wheel steer. And the servo down there took up a lot of space, so I had to take out the other speaker box I had in here, design my own to fit the 4-wheel steer. So now I've got plenty of space in there. I've got my button here. This one does have 2 holes here for whatever you want to mount on it. If you do buy the file for this, I also included it's a Coleman cooler for it. So it does have the screw holes to match that. So it'll just sit right on top of that. And again, you can either 3D print that in whatever color you want, or paint it. All right. So now I don't recommend this, but I'll do it just because. So there's your power wires going to the speakers, and I'll grab our battery here and go power to power, or black ground to power, or ground to ground, power to power. Like I said, I don't recommend doing this, but You do it at your own risk. All right, so everything works. And let's play, see if we can get some with some sound and different music going here. I don't know how clear the sound is coming off, but they are pretty loud. All right, so again, I don't know how good that sound quality came through the mic there, but they do play a decent sound. Being that I only spent about maybe 20-30 bucks on all this stuff. Just to have a little bit of music while you're out on the trail. Again, the design will be up as soon as I'm done modifying everything that I need to modify on it. Like I said, you can see where I'm missing a little bit there, just to cover that up a little bit better. I did have the Harley design box in there that he made. Yes, I did buy it. No, I will not sell it because it's not mine to sell. Or it's not my design to sell. You can go to his website and purchase that if you want to try his. Again, this was just an idea that I had because I did have that other speaker system in here. And being that I went to the four-wheel steer on this, I needed the space for the servo. So I do have, like I said, the four-wheel steer, 2 servos. I do have the raw 500 in the front and the 400 LP in the back. Again, this brace here in the center, I did make myself as well. It's kind of where the radiator used to be. So that will also be for sale on Colts 3D. It's just to hold and stabilize the chassis so it doesn't bend and deform in any way while you're using the truck. Again, I had to remove some of that stuff to be able to do the 4-wheel steer on this. Again, I didn't do a video on the 4-wheel steer just because of time. I had 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there to work on it, so not really something that I thought would be enjoyable. But if you do want to see that, let me know, and I'll take it apart, make a short little video of it, just to kind of give you an idea of what all it takes. The only thing that I had to get, and I got from a buddy of mine that had an extra set, are the upper links. They are a little bit longer, just to push the angle of the axle. And then once you get them, once you do this, mine, the drive shaft itself was hitting the link. So what I did was I went 1 round on this one and 2 rounds on this one, and that pushed it out far enough to where now it doesn't rub. It doesn't. You can flex it out and it won't rub anymore. So maybe 1 and 1 will work for you. I just went 1 and 2 just to give that extra clearance in there. Other than that, Strix is almost done. I am working on, or I'm trying to decide whether I want to put the original interior back in it or 3D print something for it. Maybe one that has an actual moving steering wheel that turns left and right with the wheels. So, but we'll see about that. Please like and follow. If you want to go to my YouTube channel, isn't I don't have this video on there yet. It will be on there. But if you want to look for that, it's the same as this one. It's Alvarez 873. Just look it up, and the same picture on my profile here is the same picture on the profile there. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.